What up, though? And welcome to Let's Sign Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, Victory Monday, baby, and Happy New Year. January 2nd, 2023. On deck for today's show, we recap the Lions' beatdown of the Bears at Ford Field on Sunday. I go over the team stats from Detroit's 41-10 victory. LL gives you his thoughts on how the offense performed, and Coach Mike does the same for the defense. And I name my balled out, and balled on players of the game. It's going to be a repeat in one of these categories. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know him, man. Y'all see him in his victory garb, how he do it. The glasses, the chain, looking like a big old Wish GameStop with a Wingstop entrepreneur. My man, LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
What's that, Proud Nation, and happy Victory Monday.
Man, and y'all know who it is, man. Y'all got to see this dude's food, man. He posted on man, he's a chef, man. He's a Renaissance man. He boxes, man. He does all kind of stuff. He coaches your kids, man. He might coach them little league football, baseball. I don't know, basketball. I don't know what he do. He do everything, man. Is my man who?
Houston, we have a problem. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fan?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome back for this Victory Monday, y'all. Curt, go and give us that game recap, man. Let us know what happened.
Okay. First of all, I tried to told y'all asses on Thursday and Friday. I picked the score to be 40-14. Well, I was close. It was a little bit worse than that, 41-10. But the Lions went out in style in their last home game of the season, man, dominating them Bears, man. Let's look at these team stats right quick, man. It's ugly in a couple cases. It's really ugly. First off, first downs. They had 9 first downs. We had 26. Passing first downs, they had 2. Passing first downs, we had 14. God damn. They only had 5 rushing first downs. And most of those came in the first quarter. And we had 11.
On that first drive, probably.
Yeah, first 2 drives. Penalties for first downs, they had 2. We had 1. Third down, we wasn't that great on third down. We didn't have to be. They were 3 for 12 and 3 for 13, and we were 4 for 12, but we didn't really have to. Fourth down, we went 0 for. Both teams were 0 for 1. Total plays. Here where you get a little ugly. It was 50-70 in favor of the Lions. Total yards, 230 for the Chicago Bears, was most of that happened in the first half, and 504 for the Lions. They both had 12 drives. So you can see they both had to touch the ball a lot. They weren't scoring the ball because all of their points came in the first quarter. They scored 10 points in the first quarter. The Lions defense had their asses scoreless the rest of the game. 4.6 yards per play for the Bears, 7.2 for the Lions. Passing. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Oh my God. Oh my God. They had 30 yards of passing, y'all. 30. God damn. We outpassed them, but we outpassed them by 200 yards. Good Lord. We had 239 yards passing. They had 30. Golly. He went 7 for 21. Goff went 21 of 29. That's 72% for the game. Yards per passing play. 1 yard per pass. So the Bears, this is embarrassing. 1 passing yard per play. They averaged 1 passing yard. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. 7.7 yards for the Lions. They had an interception by you know who. Man, Hutch did his thing. Man, he just played peekaboo back there on that defense at the end of the first half. And he was like, nah, I'll take that. Okay, here we go. Sacks. The Lions had 7 sacks for the game. Good Lord. The Bears had 2 for 16. We had 7 sacks for 45 yards lost. Rushing, 200 yards rushing for the Bears, which most of that came on that first 2 drives, and 265 for the Lions. 265? Who the hell thought the Lions had a rushing attack like that? Rushing attempts, we had 39. They had 22, 9.1 yards per rush, and that really was those big runs. And then you have 6.8 for the Lions, which is still pretty good. Red zone attempts, 1 for 2 for the Bears, 4 for 6 for the Lions. You know how we do it in the red zone. We how we get down. Penalties, 3 for 49 and 6 for 42 for the Lions, but they had a couple of penalties that Dan Campbell just said, "Nah, we ain't gonna take that." So it could have been worse. But you look at it, 3 for 49, and we had more penalties and less yardage from penalties. Man, they had 3 for 49, and that one was that big pass interference in the end zone. Turnovers, they had 2. They had a fumble loss and an interception thrown. We didn't have to turn the ball over at all. We had the ball for 11 minutes more. 35 minutes and 43 seconds for the Lions and 24 minutes and 17 seconds for the Bears. A lot of 3 and outs, a lot of punts for Chicago. This game, after the first quarter, this was just a good old-fashioned, I'm going to slap you around, punch you in the mouth, I'm going to take your girl, I'm going to take your chain. Because ALL got on, I know he got on one of the Bears' chains right now. I know he had to take it from one of them cats. Walked off the sideline, man, give me that goddamn chain. I mean, like, my grandma gave
me this chain.
But it was just a total beat. I mean, like, I tried to, I something told me this was going to be like this. I was like, they mad and they going to beat the brakes off them cats. And lo and behold, that's what happened. Because after the first quarter, it was like, I don't know if the Bears quit. No, they just laid down. But it was like, Diddy, take that. The Lions ain't playing around, man. They ain't playing around. They didn't do what they needed to do to win this game. What do you guys think about the overall? Because I can't even say nothing like, well, they messed this up. They gave up those 2 yards. They gave the 2 long runs in the first quarter, and they made adjustments, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was a total annihilation. What you got, guys, about the game itself? Just don't even get into the breakdown. Because we got enough time to talk about the breakdown of offense defense. But I mean, but ain't like a breakdown. It was just ass whooping. What you guys got to talk about?
My grandmama gave me that chain. You know what?
You're gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, right. They cried. They cried in the locker room. You know what? Thank you, Jim. I know you had something to do with that. That was just so one-sided. You was like, please let this happen. And it just unfolded like like, wow, really? The adjustments were made, because if the adjustments weren't made, this wouldn't have went like that. It might have been a shootout. It might have been a 100-point shootout. I know the betting line said like 51 or 52 points. If those adjustments weren't made on defense, it would have been probably about a 100-point game. So I'm just glad the Lions showed up. And we was in first place we was in 7th place for about 3 hours. So we was in the playoff for 3 hours yesterday. So I don't know if any of y'all know that or not, but yeah, we was there.
Yeah,
so man, but shout out to the Lions, man. They showed up. They bossed up. They balled out for the last home game of the season, man. So hey, I ain't got nothing bad to say about them boys, man. Nothing bad, but nothing correcting it. Nah, man. They need to go on and take this one, my man, and walk around and strut their stuff, man. You know, with bearskin rug.
Yeah, what you got, LL?
It's some of that old West Side Chicago right here. Shout out to everybody I know out there. I had a homegirl years ago to work for one of the companies on one of the ballparks or something like that. You know, got people running around in Chicago. So shout out to everybody in Chicago. Thank y'all for this great big old win. Coach Mike, you said you don't have anything negative to say. I do, but I'm not gonna harp on it. That third down, like even though this was a big game, it's still some stuff to clean up. But we got ample time to get that done before the game next week. Big game, man. We needed to do this. You know, I said that seemed like somebody might have told him that Brock Wright was Jim's guy. You know, he got in there a couple times. And it was just this was a great bounce back game. That's all need to be said. After the game last week, we should have came out looking like this. No other excuses.
Nope, it wasn't. And you look at the game and in totality of the game, it was one of those games that it's just after a certain point, it was just no doubt. You already knew that this game was gonna go and it was gonna get. I told y'all in the chat, I said this game could get uglier, and it did. The Lions won 41-10, and still it was the under. I mean, damn. I mean, like, because the over-under was 52 points, and they scored 51 combined, but 40 of them was by Detroit. I mean,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, if I can ask y'all real quick, and you said that, Coach Mike, it wasn't any adjustment, or it would have been a shootout. I'm not so sure about that. This is my question. Was it a defensive adjustment by us, or were they just like, let's not get him hurt? Let's not run him no more.
You know what? I think he got hurt. I think Justin Fields got hurt on that one long run because he.
Well, I don't know, because I thought that too, but then it was like a few plays later he took off on that one and didn't look hurt at all.
That was into the second quarter. Yeah, I remember that run, but he didn't look as fast as he normally did. Like I don't. He wasn't moving around in that pocket.
They just their defense just sorry as hell. I mean, there's nothing. I don't think they could. The thing is we could adjust to them defensively. They couldn't adjust to us defensively because we as an offense are too powerful to have the Bears like adjusting to. Oh, now we can play y'all. They can't do it. The thing we did that we could control was we adjusted to them.
Yeah.
And that was the difference in the game. I don't think they could even do nothing about it.
Nah, it wasn't. I don't think that game was going to be close regardless. I think they had too many injuries. And they lost guys on their offensive line. You got to think about this. They lost guys on the offensive line,
guard,
and then
the backup right guard,
and then Fields. I think he came up a little gimpy. It took him a while to get his legs back, but he was never right again after that long run.
Yeah,
because you see him like kind of grabbing at those hips, and he's trying to stretch him out on the sidelines, and he trying to watch the tablets. Yeah, and it is never. He was never right again because he ran. He ran again, but it wasn't right. Because he wasn't as fast. When he ran again after that play, he wasn't right again.
Of course, we see what it is now, or what it might have been now. But when they were showing that, I thought he was like getting loose. I thought they was like, all right, we about to unleash him for real now. Like, go ahead and get loose, brother, man. But we see what it was in me.
I think he got hurt on that long run because he took him a while to get back up off the ground when after that the very long run. But y'all know what it is, man. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. You know what you need to do. We do the comment cards, man. So comment in the comment section of the video. The family discussion topic for today is, what did you take away from this game? Was it a surprise for you, or was the game that you thought the Lions should have played? So let us know in the comment section of the video of this video, and let us know what you think, man. We picked 6 of those things to read on the next show, but now it's time to get into the offensive breakdown, man. Y'all see him, man, looking like that, you know what I'm saying? Looking like that DH Gate. Rick Ross, man, towards
DH Gate.
What you got on the offense, my man?
That's a good one. But yeah, again, shout out to everybody in Chicago, man. Northside Blues, Southside Reds. You know how it go. At one point, they said that we had 91 first quarter points. We scored. I think we ended up scoring more than that, but that was the most in the NFL. This was our 8th game, scoring 30 plus this season, which is a franchise record. After a season low rushing yards last week, I think it was like 40 or something like that, 49, 45, something crazy.
45.
To a season high of rushing yards this week, the most rushing yards since 1980 or something like that. We came out using 6 offensive linemen, swinging them boys around, came out with a fullback, heavy play action, running that mug. I wish we could bottle this game and just every single goddamn week. This is the game. This is the game. This is the team that I would like us to be, just like this, both sides of the ball. I know I'm talking about offense here, but man, oh man, this was a good game. This was nice to see. I didn't feel bad for Chicago, but it's like, damn, because we've been in this position before. We playing the team, and it's like, all right, man, we can't pass the sticks, but damn. So good game, man. This is the game that we should have did. It was a game that was laid out in front of us. We could have laid an egg, but we did not. I'm glad to see we did not lay an egg. We got to see the return of healthy DeAndre Swift looking very, very good, very nice and energetic. We got to see Swaggy pound that thing. Man, it's just, oh man, this is just beautiful to see. This is just beautiful to see. Again, 2 TDs to Brock Wright. Like I said, that's Jim's guy. So shout out to the boy Jim, and shout out to Brock Wright, if I'm doing it right. Shout out to Jim. And that 12 TD catches by tight ends, that's a franchise record. We got to see a Craig Reynolds sighting, returning Craig Reynolds. Play action of James Mitchell on the play that he was in there. It was just good stuff all over the place, man. We got to see a little bit of hoopla to J-Mo with that big game, led to a Williams touchdown. We've heard the complaint that the offense had not been as creative as it had once been at one point in the season. I think we got to see some of that this week. They did that nice play action. It was like a fake jet. It was like a fake swing, and then he sent it out to Swift, and then he ran it all the way on in there. It was just a good game, man. This is a good game. I know it's going to be a different atmosphere, surface or turf or whatever other stuff next week. But whatever it is, you need to take this game plan into next week. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a great win. On to Green Bay. That's the most important game this year. For us, we got to win that game. But ain't nowhere in hell they can't stop. They can't stop what we did to Chicago. So we need to take a snapshot of that, or write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck, whatever it is. Take that, and we need to put it in a ship container and move it to Green Bay next week.
Okay, man, it is simple. Offense was balanced. 265 rushing, 255 receiving, no turnovers, and they ran the score up. And they got, like you said, you got J-Mo that touch on the reverse, man. Try to get him in the passing game, but it was just the tunnel screen was just kind of clogged up. So Goff just did the right thing, threw the ball into the ground. But you got him in a big play and got him out there, man, and got some electric a play, some excitement out there on the field, man. And it was just a total annihilation of the Bears defense. It was just straight up ass whooping. I mean, you can't say it wasn't, because it was. I mean, it was just right there. I mean, when you have rack up 500 yards of offense, there is no doubt that you should be winning that game. So, and it was a shootout on one side because the Bears brought a knife to a gunfight, and that's what happened, man. I mean, the Lions had their guns running all game. I love to see it. I love Swift to see him out there run a touchdown, passing touchdown. Goff just had total command of the offense, man. 70% passing. I mean, he just had total control. They did anything they wanted to do. Pretty much on both sides of the ball, they did it. I mean, after the first quarter, it was absolutely just whatever we wanted to do, we did it on for the Detroit Lions. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, I just want to say shout out to LL's play cousin Jared Goff. Hey, Jared Goff has the best passer rating at Ford Field in the season. I just want
better than Stafford. I mean, I'm not saying he's a better quarterback than Matt Stafford. He's doing his thing though.
He broke. Hope I'm not about to interrupt you, but he broke Stafford home touchdown record too.
Yep, sure did.
I was just about to be on to that one too. So
my bad, my apologies.
You good. Jared Goff is here to stay. Man, he's here to stay.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want him to go nowhere. Now,
If
I
you
mean,
playing like that, nope.
I don't, man. I'm telling you right now, if we were to get rid of golf in the offseason, we would have the same anomaly happen to us to happen to the Vikings when they got rid of my mans for Kirk Cousins. The Vikings have been back nowhere since that year. So but yeah, man, shout out to Jared Goff, man. That boy flexing out there. And the run game, the run game, man. It was like you said, Kurt, creativity. You know what I'm saying? Getting little passes off the DeAndre Swift in the flats to get him, you know what I'm saying? Get him moving, he's Alvin Kamara type back. I'm telling you, I tried to tell everybody a few days ago, Alvin Kamara is DeAndre Swift's biggest comparison. He's the closest person in the league to DeAndre Swift.
I think I don't know if Kamara got that Swift a little. You know, he got that.
I think Swift's more elusive. I think Kamara is more. He has more burst. He's faster than Swift, but I think Swift's more elusive. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, he got a little more juke to him.
Look at you, fucking confident. Look at you. He got a little more. Yeah. But you know what, man? It was good. It was perfect, man. There's like that was the perfect game plan on offense, and I'm just glad that. Hey, I think we've seen the evolution of Ben Johnson yesterday too. I think Ben Johnson, because you gotta think this is his first rodeo. This is his first season. So he's learning as he goes. And I think he learned last game what chemistry is, man. And shout out to Ben Johnson, man. He called a damn game out there, man. Salute.
Yeah, definitely.
Salute,
man.
Brother.
Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. Help us get this content out to more Lions fans just like yourself, man. For real though, hey man, let's go ahead and support the channel. We gotta go ahead and pay some bills right quick. Hey man, you see what I got on? I'm rocking my, you know what I'm saying, that old school throwback logos, man, to go with the Lions victory. So go to fanatics.com, links in the description below. Grab yourself some gear, man. Hey, gotta stay clean in your Lions gear, man. So go ahead. And New Year's sales are going on at fanatics.com. So links in the description. Get yourself or your favorite fan some gear at fanatics.com. And you know the link helps grow this channel because some proceeds go right back to us. So go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and go over to Lions Nation Unite. You can download the mobile app in the Google, Android, or Apple app stores, or you can just type in lionsnationunite.com in your web browser, or you can just you know what I'm saying, just go ahead and download the app, man. And while you're over there, click on the link for LNUshop.com. Get yourself some game day gear. It's always game day in the LNU shop. Get the real, not the fake like they have over there on Instagram or Facebook, man. And grab yourself some LNU gear. Hang out with us on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. And while you're over there, click on the link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Well, game didn't go like we wanted to do on Saturday, but my man still gonna hook you up, man, over there at wolverine.com. Coach Jones got you, man. But the only positive thing for some Saturday is Ohio State lost too. So with that, man, we'll go over to wolverine.com, man, and grab yourself some gear, man. Because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, like everybody on this panel, you need that Wolverine gear. And then make sure you do your part in the fight against cancer. Get yourself some Roll Up gear. The link's in the description below by my man, Big Lion Man. And the proceeds from the gear goes to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So we done paid some bills, man. Let's go ahead and get back to the content. Coach Jones, man, holler at us about what the defense did on Sunday against them Bears.
Houston, we have a problem. That boy James Houston, man, I can't believe the Lions went and got the two best pass rushers in the draft. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy talking.
Like the first round and almost the last round.
Yeah. Shout out to Dion. That's why he got his coaching chance, his big shot. But yeah, man, James Houston, man, 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 3 QB hits. Like, whew, man. But you know what? Aaron Glenn made adjustments. You know the Bears are just like Carolina. They play a little different, but it's still that ground heavy attack. And I knew coming, I'm like, man, please don't run that 4-2-5 without Deshaun Elliott. I'm like, Deshaun Elliott is like an extra linebacker out there. If we run that 4-2-5 without Deshaun Elliott, we're gonna be in a world of trouble. And we would have been. But we switched up to that 5-2. We stood up the edges. We had 3 down linemen. We moved Kaminsky into the line. And you know what? And you know, another thing, shout out to AG, is he's seen that Romeo Okwara just didn't have that. He didn't make him a staple on the defense, even though he was a sack leader from a few years ago. He didn't just be like, I gotta stay with him because he switched it up, man. And shout out to AG, man. He went and put Pascal out there. He went and put James Houston out there. He put them young thoroughbreds out there to go all on Justin Fields' ass and all on, man. They was hitting that boy so much. I was like, oh man, Lord Jesus, please take him out the game, because they was unleashing the fury on him, man. And I just like it, man. All overall, they put pressure on it, so you didn't even notice the linebackers. That's how much pressure that came from the edges that you just didn't notice the linebackers. And then Anzalone, all of a sudden, you know, he all of a sudden want to, you know, strap up his helmet. He want to start knocking people around, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay,
he was flying around. He was flying around out there. He was.
Thor. You know what I'm saying, out there, man. So shout out to everybody, man. The DB, I don't think the DBs really had to do that much because they didn't really have nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pringle, Claypool, like that, you know, they so yeah, man, well, shout out to them guys, man. Everybody did their job, man. Hutch, he just man,
a little bit of everything, didn't he?
All over the
place. That's defensive rookie of the year, not South. What y'all got, man?
He currently has more interceptions than Sauce Gardner. What about that? But yeah, man, dang, man, this is a good game. This is a good game. You know, I'm not gonna feel that good about it. You know, great. I do feel good about it. You know, but this is the Bears, man. You know, we did what we were supposed to do. I would have been pissed. Like 10 points might have been too much, honestly. Like them 10 points, like they did that a little bit too easy. You know, in my opinion. You know, but it was great to see, man. Josh Pascal got a lot of time. We see him produce. That Maine to kill John Wayne, James Houston, that problem, man. I love it. Love to see it. 3 sacks. He sacked the quarterback through the tackle one time.
Yeah, I saw that. It was funny.
I love to see it. Iffy. Nice plays by Iffy. Nice plays by the linebacker. This is what I think happened, because I know you had mentioned because Romeo was out there. I think after last week, they was like, yeah, you boys was, you know, might have been a little too cold. The ground might have been too hard. So maybe y'all are getting a little bit, you know, we'll let you guys, you know, rest up this week. And we seen Barnes out there. We seen Benito Jones out there. Benito Jones went airborne on the play and knocked the ball out of his hand. This is, like I said before, both sides of the ball. Bottle that stuff up. Package it up, and we need to take that needs to be the game plan, the game tape, or whatever in the hell for every single game we ever play from here on out. I loved it. There's every you know, it wasn't perfect, but I loved it. You can't build on that right there.
Yeah, definitely. For me, that slow start, but they settled down and they just closed them out. Yeah, like I said, Houston was a problem out there on the field, man, for Justin Fields and for everybody else. Like I said, we talked about it earlier in the stats, man. Only 30 passing yards. If he made a good play, even Kirby Joseph made a good play. Pass breakup. The team had 7 passes defended the whole game, so they were knocking passes away the whole game. And when you made them one-dimensional, you know, it was a lot of overthrows and nobody was open. He had a lot of throwaways, and then the sacks came, so it was like they couldn't do nothing. And the D line made the game hell. It was relentless the whole game, up in their faces, you know what I'm saying, not giving them any running room. So, you know, after the first quarter, like that rest of the game, man, it made it hard. They couldn't run, they couldn't pass. It was just one of those things where it was like they were just out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 3-and-out.
Out here for
yeah.
a pimp.
Yeah, that's punt again. Oh, it's time to punt again. Okay. But all that being said, man, hey, man, I like the video. Share the video, comment on the video. Help us get this content to more Lions fans like yourself, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You keep coming back, so go ahead and subscribe, man. We love you right here, man. Be a part of the Prowl Nation family, because that's how we get down, man, because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We got family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yo, home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Now it's time to name my bossed up, balled out, and balled on players of the game. First up on offense, y'all know who it is, man. Y'all shouldn't. I haven't given him enough credit this year. It's Jared Goff, man. 21 of 29, 72% passing, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 133. Good night. That boy put on a clinic. He put on a clinic, and that was in a balanced attack. What you got, LL?
So I hate to interrupt you. Everybody, if you're in public, please I apologize to everyone. I apologize to you too, Curt. You said Jared Goff ain't got enough record, ain't got enough credit this year.
No, for me.
This year.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I said because
okay.
I haven't named him my bossed up ball out player of the game.
My apologies.
I haven't done so yet. So I got to give it to him this week.
My apologies.
He'll get offensive about his play cousin.
No, I'm gonna say these years.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about for me because I haven't done it because I haven't named him this year.
My apologies, kind.
All right. So next up, we got James Houston, of course. You got 3 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits, and a forced fumble. Can't forget about that. We didn't talk about that yet. He called the forced fumble. That Aiden Hutchinson, that put it in his stat category, because you look at it, Aiden Hutchinson had a half a sack, tackles for loss. He had a fumble recovery and an interception. But James Houston was a player of the game, man. That, to me, overall, you look at that, to be honest with you, if I had to pick one player of the game, it would be James Houston. Okay, but he's my boss.
I love it.
Balled out player for the defense. Balled on player of the game. I've only did this one other time this season, but I'm going to do it again today. Ladies and gentlemen, not a name, nada. We ain't got nobody on balled on, man. Who the hell going to be balled on when you win 41-10? You made the adjustments. The guys that made the mistakes that allowed the 10 points, they fixed their play. They fixed that play. No, Will Harris made some good plays.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, Will Harris did his thing, and then because Kirby Joseph came back and he made a play, so the iffy, so those adjustments were made and those guys played. So I can't say that when you win 40, when you win by 31 points, I can't even say that. Oh, somebody just played this horrible.
Shep the balled on player of the game.
Shep. Okay, yeah. For that in the first quarter. For the first quarter. That's what I can say, man. Like, but no one, man. Congratulations to the Lions, man, on this victory. This is the type of game, like LL said, man. This is the blueprint of what we should be doing going forward on both sides of the ball. So definitely. But we're not gonna have the same opponent. So we're gonna have to do what we can do to get this thing going, man. But shout out to the Lions, man, for this, man. Now it's time for us to zip our lip, man, and do what I like to do for the show, man. It is time to talk about what you had to talk about. It's time for the comment cards, baby. All right, first up, Camping in the Forest said, what you fellas do here is awesome. Thanks for making a great show. Well, thank you very much. And shout out to our man, Jim, for creating this channel along with Big Timmy over there.
Yes. Thanks for the comment. Ted Cheney. I think he's new. If not, welcome or welcome back, however it goes.
Yeah, welcome back.
He says, what about the problem? James Houston, do you think with his athleticism, he will be able to contain people? Well, Ted Cheney, hope you played the lotto. You called a good one. I think James Houston answered that for himself. Thanks for the comment.
Hell to the yeah. Joseph Murdoch says it's pretty much winner or bust here on out. Next man up, go Lions. Hey, you know what it is, man. We not playing with nobody kids.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the law firm, Joseph Murdoch, man. You know how he gets down. All right, next up, King SJ. Last home game of the season. It's time to put the Bears into hibernation. It's like Curt said, it's the get right game. Time to regroup from what happened in Charlotte and show that what they have learned from it. Well, we'll see what happens. Well, we saw, and we put them in hibernation, like you said, man. We spanked that and sent them back to Chicago.
Scott Smith says, "I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm still stewing over a loss over the loss to the Panthers because our DC could not convert or would not convert to a 3-4 defense." Good. His prediction was Lions 34, Bears 13. He wasn't too far off from that. We got to see that some this week. You know, Coach Mike likes to call it a 5-man front, but you know, the guys standing up. Some people might call it 3-4, whatever in the hell, whatever you want to call it. We even had some bear looks out there was coming up to all three of the interior line. It was just a good. I loved it. It was, but great comment, great game, and good call. Like you said, almost got it.
Yeah. Hey, G, man. Telling you. Tornado, what's going on, man? Good morning from Utah. What up, though? Can't wait to see the show Free for All Friday. Hope you guys have a great new year. Look forward to your shows in 2023. Thank you, man. We gonna bring it, man. 2023, we gonna bring it. So hey, shout out to Tornado all the way in Utah.
Yeah, man. If you ain't see a Free for All Friday, man, I was on one on Friday. So go back and check out the replay. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on one. I was on one on Friday. I beat Val to the punch on that one. I was on one on Friday. So hey, it's time for everyone else's favorite topic. It's time for dessert with your man Curt. Hey, Grand Tour, have some coffee with your dessert. It's brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you will love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Go over to the link in the description to go to the Facebook page. If you don't do Facebook, go over to TikTok and Instagram and type in Delightful Bites, and you will see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cooking on. All right, got some sad news. Learned this last night. If you didn't watch the Lioness Lair last night, the Jim True did not appear on the big screen yesterday. So
oh wow,
you know, he was in the building. His daughters were there, Val was there, and they had his ashes with him. So, and Val said it was probably Jim's middle finger to the Bears, but it did not appear. So well, hopefully we can find out what happened. We'll hit up Dr. Detroit to see what happened with that. But had to start it off with that. But we know Jim was there because we whooped that ass for him. So Jim appeared. It just wasn't on the screen. All right. Hutchinson and Houston set NFL records for rookies. Wow. Crazy. The amount of most NFL sacks through a 6-year career games. James Houston, 7.5. Well, he actually has 8 sacks now. All right. So Houston was the fifth player in NFL history to record 6 sacks and 1 forced fumble through first 6 career games since 1999. First player to do that since Von Miller. Here we go. Together, Houston and Hutchinson have combined the first set of rookies to each log 7 sacks in a season. The third set of rookies to produce a game with 2.5 sacks combined. I mean, these guys were just doing it yesterday. I mean, you look at these guys, man, and Aiden Hutchinson by himself with his interception, he is the first rookie in NFL history, D lineman, to have 3 interceptions in a season since Richard Dent in 1990. He joined Sammy Gandy in 1954 as the only Lions defensive lineman in history to have 3 interceptions in a season. Shout out to my man, Aiden Hutchinson, doing his thing. And one other thing, and to say that the Lions were crying about the field conditions last week in Charlotte. Well, guess what? They weren't the only ones. The NFL Players Association, the union, filed a grievance against Charlotte and against the stadium for the cement life turf conditions. The Charlotte has been complaining about their own surface all year. So this is a new, I guess they had the new turf this year. And they were talking about the heightened injury risk. Even the NFL Players Association in their report about the game tried to get the game delayed. They said that the surface got worse as the game went on. So you think to say that the line, oh, they were just crying about it. No, other people noticed this about that. So even the Panthers themselves, but can't cry over spilled milk, because guess what happened this week? They lost, we won, they're out, we still have a chance. So keeping it moving on. But that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now it's time for final thoughts for, excuse me, no, it's not. It's time to welcome to the Wall of Fame, baby. Hold on. We got Detroit Drew in the building. We got my man, George Eagle. We got Q in there, David Anderson. We got Joe Mo. We got Shannon the Insano in that building. Benny Siegel. We got Dan Spanos, Jason Porters. And we on top Doe 100. And my man, Doug Prince 72, man. That's Coach Jones' co-worker. You know what I'm saying? Then you got silver members. You got Cap Ice Cole, John Martin, Henry Wallace, Mr. Scotty the Bear. What's up, Frenchie? And Big Dale in the building. And our gold members, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Huck. We got North End Ken. We got Turner Burley. We got Larry McQuiston, Justin the D, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionel of Douchebagia. Go and check out the replay of Lioness Lair, man. She puts it down. She's always got some great breakdowns of the games. So she just does her thing. Very knowledgeable Lions fan. You got the jazzy one, Paul Giroux, the Tornado, and the Doctor. Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. All right, now it's time for final thoughts for today's show. LL, my man, you up first. What you got, dude?
I was going to check and ask Coach Mike, but I'm going first, so I'll wait to see what you got to say, Coach Mike. But shout out to this team, man. Great bounce back. Happy New Year. Happy Tuesday, Monday. Shout out to is it Mike Hughes? Whoever is 23. Whenever he's out there, hopefully I wasn't missing things. Whenever he's out there, he always got the pads popping. He's been playing pretty solid this year. So just shout out to him. Shout out to James Houston, man. Shout out to this team, man. It's a great win. Next week, man, you already know. Fuck them Packers, man.
FTP all day.
This what you want right here. This all the marbles.
Yeah. I just want to say that I'm glad that both coordinators show growth. Both coordinators show growth, and they AG showed growth and his ability. Like, you know what, Romeo, come here for a second. No, I'm gonna put you back into snap right now. You know what? And you know what? Shout out to him for noticing the switch up that he needed to make, man. And shout out to Ben Johnson for knowing what he had to do, man. It was just great that the coordinators put these young players in positions that allows them to thrive, man. And that just shows growth in our coaching staff as a whole. And then Dan Campbell, he went for it on fourth when he knew he feels it now. He feels when he should go for it. And then instead of just, we're going for it, I don't give a damn if it's on the 35-yard line, we got 65 yards to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dan Campbell is learning when we have the momentum and when we need to go for it and when we need to kick the field goal, because he kicked the field goal when it was 4th and short and people were like, oh, maybe they go. No, he kicked it. So shout out to them. We're just seeing growth from our coaching staff as a whole, and I'm just glad that this is happening. I'm glad that it's unfolding right now, and it's the end of the season, man, and we just build momentum, and we're going to kick some ass in 2023. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for real. All right, for me, it was a total complete game. Like I said, total team victory. Now it's all for all the marbles, man. The Saturday slate is the AFC game, so I'm thinking that the Lions and Packers are going to play Sunday Night Football. I just think that's what's going to be the matchup. You look at it for all the marbles, and the big draw is going to be the Packers, if you think so. But I think we're just as big a draw as the doggone Packers, because we that team right now. We them guys right now. We them guys right now. So definitely, I want them to go out and repeat this performance, man. If you can't just go out, do your thing, man. Compete. But no matter what happens, man, I'm proud of this team this year, man, because they could have, after being 1-6, they could have folded their whole season and they could have just limped into 2023 trying to get a high draft pick or the tankathon or whatever the other people were calling for. But no, they kept playing, and now they're playing meaningful football in January and they played their last month too in December. So I can't say anything bad right now, man. I'm proud of this team right now, man. We had some bumps in the road, but you grow, and you know, I'm just happy to see what the future is going to hold for the Detroit Lions, man. Definitely. But hey, it's Monday. Grind start today. It's a new year, man. So if you everybody going back to work, going back to school, man, get on your grind, man. It's gonna be hard and tough today to get back into the rhythm, but stay focused, man, and get back at it. And whatever you have for lunch today, man, get that napkin, man. Wipe them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up. Bow out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.